Good morning, everybody. I had the opportunity to FaceTime with my mom this morning, and she said that I'm doing updates every other day. I didn't quite realize that, but looking back, I guess it's true. I do have an update from yesterday, but I couldn't get it uploaded, so I'll probably upload that back when I get to the States. But it really is just a request for prayer anyway, and I know that most everybody's praying, so I think I was probably covered anyways. I don't even know where to start. Yesterday was such an amazing day, and stuff. So I'm going to be honest and just give a slight warning that this update's going to be just full of a lot of words and Christianese, I guess, stuff that some people might not understand or maybe not even believe in. And I'm just saying, if you're watching this video and you don't understand anything I'm saying, or you just don't believe it or don't get it, or I'm not going to be offended if you don't watch. If you stop the video now, or just email me questions, Facebook me, hit the little message button, send me a question like, what is that? I don't understand this. What do you mean by this? Like, what is that? I've never heard of this. Like, I'm totally good with those types of questions. First and foremost, I'm always a teacher. And you can't teach unless you're willing to learn, and you can't learn unless you ask. So that's my disclaimer for the morning. Yesterday, we had an opportunity to go, on the update yesterday, we went to university in the morning and a hospital in the afternoon. And then yesterday, we spent the entire day at the hospital, just praying and ministering to all kinds of different patients. Our team was separated into several groups, and then the groups with different areas in the hospital. We covered cancer patients and patients with water in the brain, and children's wards with just numerous different things. And my group actually went to a pediatric orthopedic ward. Children that were in there were having surgery on their bones for all kinds of variety of reasons. My favorite question, I walk up the bed and the kid being a cast, I'd be like, ¿Qué pasó? Like, what happened? And this one grandpa looked at me and was like, oh, he was playing football. I laughed. And the kid's like, no, I wasn't playing football. But it was really funny. We had a good opportunity just to connect and minister. But when we walked into this orthopedic ward, there's this little boy who was just crying in pain, and I had gone over to talk with somebody else, with another group of my teammates, and while I was there, a teammate came over and grabbed me and was like, can you come over here, please? We need to pray over this boy. And I was like, okay, So I walked over, and my teammate very quickly told me, oh, this is Kevin, and Kevin, the nurses call us over here. He's in a lot of pain. He can't, he can't even sit still or be quiet at all. He's just crying in pain the whole time. And the nurse says that he really, really, really needs prayer. So we were just praying over his pain level, and as we were praying, I asked my teammate, I was like, what's his pain level? Like, on 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain he's ever been in, what's his pain level? And the little boy told her he was an 8. So I was like, well, let's keep praying, So we prayed a little more, and it came down to like a 5. And okay, so let me go back a little bit. I don't know when. I honestly couldn't pinpoint a time, but at some point in time in my life, I really received the gift of prophecy. I've always taken it as being a gift of discernment, and I think I have a gift of discernment too, but I pay attention to detail. I pick up on little things. I can usually walk into a situation and get a sense of what's going on based upon body language and things, because I'm just observant. I'm very observant in that way. So I've kind of always taken this gift of prophecy and kind of, it's just me. It's just the way I am. It's just I get feelings and things based upon the area, the things that I'm in. And so I tend to never speak them. But on this trip, God's really been, and I've had numerous opportunities now where I've heard God's voice, and I'm like, I've heard what I'm like, think that's God's voice, but maybe that's just me. And I'm like, I want to act on it. And when I've acted on it, I've seen that that's God's voice. So this whole trip, I've really been honing in on when God speaks to me and what that sounds like. And probably the best thing that I needed in my life right now, and something that I know that God really, really was trying to perfect in me for other things. And so over the last few days, I've had numerous opportunities to prophesy over people and to speak over people things. And so when we were praying over this little boy, I really saw, this is going to be a much longer than 5-minute video. Sorry. I really saw that this boy was walking, but I felt like the team needed to pray over him. So I told the mom, I said, we're going to come back and pray with him, pray over your son as a team. And so we went over, we talked to a few people, but while we were talking to other people, the boy got in so much pain that the nurses had to remove him from the room. His pain was so severe. And as we were finishing up in the room, I was praying. I'm like, God, just bring this boy back, bring this boy back. Well, the dad came back in, and when the dad came back in, I said, is your son coming back? And he said, yes, soon. And sure enough, as soon as they said, we have to go, I looked up, and the boy was in his bed. I'm like, I brought the team over and updated. I said, guys, this is Kevin. He's 10 years old. He should be playing football, not laying in a hospital bed. He was on a bicycle and has injured his ankle and his heel, and he has not been able to walk since June, since the middle of June. He has not been able to walk at all, and because the pain is so severe in him. And I said, I see him walking. And the verse in the Bible that talks about how beautiful are the feet that bring the good news just resonated in my soul. And I saw him as a pastor or a preacher just ministering. I saw him laying hands on people and people being healed. And I spoke that over him. And I said, I feel like we just need to pray over him as a team. And so we laid hands on him and we prayed over him. And I asked him, I said, when we started to pray, I said, what's your pain level? And he's like, it's a 10. It's the worst it's been in days. He said, and so we laid hands on him, we just started praying, and we just prayed in the Spirit, and we lifted our voices in Spanish and in English and in the Spirit, and we were just all praying over him, and I felt God ask, what's his pain like? So I looked over at the translator, and I said, what's his pain right now? And she asked him, and she kind of got this look like, what? And so she asked him again, and I speak Spanish, and he was saying, cero, and he likes the little cero, like, nunca, and there's none. It's all gone. Like, there's no pain. And I looked at him. I said, Kevin, no pain at all? And he goes, no pain at all. And he kind of was sitting up a little bit, and I asked him, I said, Kevin, do you think you could stand up on it? And he kind of looked back at his mom, and his mom said, if there's no pain, then yes, stand up. So we got him up out of the bed, and he stood up. And not only did he stand up, but he walked around the edge of he walked around the bed. And he was like, there's no pain at all. And the most incredible part to me was not just that he stood and that he walked, but that as he came around the edge of the bed and he stood there for several minutes talking to the team and listening to the team, but he was smiling and he was laughing and he was totally flirting with the girls. Like, I asked him, I said, no more pain? He's like, no más dolor, no more pain. And I said, and he had big smiles on his face, and he'd been, to go from lying in the fetal position, crying, in so much pain they had to be taken out of the room, to standing at the bed smiling. Even the patients around him were looking. Even the patients around him saw what the prayers of the warriors did for him, and knowing that they had been prayed for, their faith was heightened in that room. And that was only one testimony. That was my testimony. I mean, on my team yesterday, we had salvation after salvation after salvation, and we even had a deaf man begin to hear. He began to hear yesterday through a few of my teammates. So to say yesterday was the icing on a cake of a miraculous week is nothing. I mean, this update is so inadequate to tell you how sick I've been feeling all week long, and yet in every ministry moment I have felt completely fine. My sicknesses has been gone. I've been able to work in God's power and everything, and it's been amazing. I'm at 9 minutes. This is going to be really long to upload. I hope I get it done before the end of the day. I am free day today. Our event tomorrow. Please be praying for the event tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. It's just going to be God breathed. It's going to be just an incredible day. So continue to pray for that. Rachel, I'm sure hopefully Mommy, you are watching this. I love you. Give Will lots of kisses from his favorite aunt when he comes. I love you guys. I will see you in a few days. Bye.